Hello, children of Epiphany. My name's Suzanne, and I'm sure you've seen me at church. I know I've seen you. I really enjoy watching you as you process down the aisle, as you go into the children's chapel, and then I love to see you run back from children's chapel into the pews to find your parents. I attend Epiphany, but I'm also what's called a warden, and a warden helps the rector and run the church. I teach people how to make mosaics. Mosaics are pieces of artwork that are made with very small pieces of stone and very small pieces of glass. And you put them all together and you can make a beautiful piece of art. So one of the really special things about mosaics is that mosaics started as a religious art. It was found in the very, very early Christian churches and in churches today. Probably around 300 AD, when Christianity spread throughout the Middle East and into Europe, people were building churches. And at first, when big, huge churches were being built and people had lots of money to spend on the churches, they used big, huge slabs of marble in the church for decoration. But many smaller churches couldn't afford marble or the big slabs of marble, so they would find the scraps of marble, and they started making mosaics out of the scraps they had left over. And they were quite beautiful. So then the larger churches and churches that had a lot of money to spend on decoration decided that they liked mosaics too. So they spent a lot of time and money decorating their churches with mosaics. An example of that is right here. This is called the Star of Ravenna, and it's found in Ravenna, Italy. Italy is the place really where mosaics got started and where lots of mosaic art gets done right now. So this is a mosaic I started. To make a mosaic, you need something to work on. That's called the substrate, and you need tile. When you make a mosaic, you want to make the pieces smaller. So I cut this up. You can cut it up into any shape that I really want. So now that I have some material cut up, I just I have glue, and now I just kind of place them down. So I've got all different sizes. You can see this mosaic. I have some round ones. I've got these little square ones. I have these little crystal bits. So that's one way to make a mosaic. You probably don't have this material at home to make a mosaic, but you could make a paper mosaic at home, and you don't need a lot to make a paper mosaic. Black construction paper, a pair of scissors, glue. Doesn't necessarily need to be this type of glue. It can be Elmer's glue, or it could be a glue stick would work really well. This is a picture of a mosaic. You probably recognize this. I bet you can guess what this mosaic represents. I bet you remember the story of the loaves and fishes, where Jesus and his disciples fed many, many people as they were listening to Jesus' Sermon on the Mount. That's what this represents, and this mosaic is found in a very small church by the Sea of Galilee. And you can see the fish on either side and the basket of bread. And this is a very early mosaic. It's made out of stone. I drew the loaves and fishes, but you can draw anything. You can put any kind of design that you might like on the black construction paper. And then you need little squares, some really colorful construction paper cut up into small squares. You can make this loaves and fishes very, very colorful. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make one of these fishes this really electric blue color, and I'm just gonna put some glue on my paper. And then you can kind of cut up your little squares so they kind of match what you're doing. Glue it down. I'm just gonna spread a little more glue, and I'm gonna kind of shape this one a little bit. And that glue will dry clear, so you won't see it when your mosaic is done. Look at this. I know you're all home for summer right now, so this might be a fun, this could be a rainy day activity. So there's the start of my mosaic. But you could keep going, and this could be a fun activity that you could do at home, a little practice mosaic. I enjoyed spending this time with you, and I hope that I can see you really, really soon in person at church. Bye for now.